Detecting COVID-19 quicker, researchers at ASU coming up with their own smell test, a fast and cheap option aimed to provide more insight into whether somebody has the virus. So how does it work and can it be trusted? ABC 15's Ashley Paredes taking those questions to a Valley doctor.
They are seeking thousands of participants for this study. If successful, the hope is that smell tests will be another option for COVID testing. It's simple. Scratch and sniff. At-home testing that can help identify whether you have COVID-19.
We know it won't be as accurate as a viral a nasal swab or a saliva test. We just want something that's pretty good, but is much cheaper, much faster, much easier to deploy all over the world.
The study receiving funding from the National Institutes of Health. ASU researcher Rick Gherkin among those involved.
On this kind of test, there's 4 spots with 4 different odors on them. And if you scratch them, you can respond at one of these 4 responses.
There's also a test focusing on the amount of odor detected. Participants expected to take a viral test as well. Then researchers compare the results.
A kind of test that you can almost take out of your pocket or take out of a stack and do in a minute. And do it every day at cost of $1 for a week.
The second part of the study aiming to see how the smell tests help in larger settings, identifying outbreaks.
For example, you would want to do this in schools. If the kids show up in the morning and take the test, you'd immediately know if there was a change in the level of smell loss at the school levels, then you would know that maybe there was a COVID outbreak.
Dr. Franklin Gergitz seeing patients with loss of smell on a daily basis.
It's the inflammation coming from the virus inside the nasal cavity.
Often temporary and lasting a few weeks. Gergitz says he often makes a referral for COVID testing, but it is not always approved. The smell test would be another option.
I really think it's a great idea because if 80% of the patients who have COVID have loss of smell, if we can identify those patients early with a smell test that's not bothersome for a nasal swab or a saliva test or a delay in diagnosis, I think that's a great idea.
They hope to have preliminary results in March and then start sending out the smell tests in spring. FDA approval will take some time. I'm Ashley Paredes, ABC 15, Arizona.